Uh, Vampires still suck, but these vampires also blow. All right. In the year 2022, the vampire Louis de Pointe lives in Dubai and seeks to tell the story of his life or afterlife to renowned journalist Daniel Molloy. Beginning in the earlier 20th century New Orleans, or Nolans, as they say, Louis's story follows his relationship with the vampire Lestat de Lioncourt and their family and their formed family, including teen fledgling Claudia. Together, the vampire family endure immortality in New Orleans and beyond. As the interview continues in Dubai, Molloy discovers the truth beneath Louis's story. That is my terrible rendition of what they said on the internet about Interview the Vampire, the current TV series. As if you don't know, now you know. We do our one sentence review. Lisa, kick us off with your one sentence review.
Interview with the Vampire series reminded me why I was Team Vampire for so long.
Jason, go ahead and hit us.
My one sentence review is Black vampires should just take over the world.
They should. This is definitely getting me canceled. Vampires still suck, but these vampires also blow. I'm sorry, Mama.
We only have 5 viewers. It's fine.
Dude, let's jump into it. I absolutely freaking love this show. This show is great. Everything I liked about the movie, this show turns it up to 10 and makes it better. And where you think that the movie is kind of long on the winded and long on the tooth, you actually have time in the TV show, which is one of the great things about the TV is that you actually have time to spend with these characters. You have time to understand Luis's mentality when he does become a vampire. You understand Lestat. Lestat is kind of likable. He's charming. He's funny. He's witty, but he's also a terrible, terrible, terrible person. And I like the dynamic at play here when you make a black vampire with a white master in New Orleans in 1900s New Orleans. And it's just there's this show works on so many levels, and all it prevails throughout the theming of this entire show. And it's just it's great. It's so good. Keep talking, everybody.
Well, the powers, you really get to explore all of their powers, which I feel in the movie got glossed over a little bit. And even towards the end, whenever Louis is describing how Lestat drops him from the sky, Danny, the interviewer, is he can fly? What?
You're holding it back. He's I didn't know either.
Yeah. And Louis
well, how does that work? He's I don't know.
Yeah. And I remember when we were talking, I think we were texting about this, they can literally stop time.
Dude, you were incredibly fucked if you ran a vampire.
Yes.
It's just there's nothing you can do about it. It's over.
It's insane. It's they're so powerful. They're so flippin' cool. They're just and that's what I Anne Rice's vampires. And so whenever we have this discussion of team vampire, team werewolf, if I'm an Anne Rice vampire, I take that shit all day long.
Especially when we get to the end of what we reveal at the end of the show, I might jump over to the other line there.
Yeah. Why would you not?
When they introduce Armand, Armand, I'm yes. And he's just well, I'm old enough, so none of this shit matters. I'm holy shit.
Yeah. Also, Louis, you said, Louis must just be made of magic or what's that?
He got that dick, man.
He got that dick. Remember what's the movie with Heath Ledger, 10 Things I Hate About You, and everyone's obsessed with Julia Stiles, and he's what's up with this chick? Does she have beer flavored nipples or something? That's Louis. Louis got beer flavored nipples. Everybody wants a piece of Louis. Everybody. And I just and this is the thing that so I was having a conversation with someone about the show, and they couldn't get into it because they had said that they didn't like Louis. They didn't like what they did to Louis. Man, and at first I was just like, that's what I said. I was just like, do I even want to ask? Do I want to ask what you didn't like about Louis? Because that is very much a conversation of, I hate how they change races, right? But the answer was, I hate how whiny Louis is, like, in this. And then I see that, I get that point, because the difference between this Louis and the movie Louis is Louis had a choice. He knew what Lestat was. He, like, very much, like, I don't want to say asked for this life, but kind of did. And Lestat is Lestat. Like, he's not, this Lestat isn't sneaky and everything. Like, Louis knows exactly who Lestat. He's a little sneaky, but Louis knows exactly who he is, and it's not like they don't really like. So it's just kind of one of those things where, like, I kind of get how people would think that about Louis. Like, he was starting to get on my nerves a little bit. Like, when he was missing Claudia so much, I was like, okay, bring this bitch back. I agree with you.
Get out of here. I agree with you for the most part on that, but I also think that he's an abused lover. Right. And that's how abused people are. For sure. Like, he hates his situation, but he feels like he's powerless to stop it. Like, and he feels like, he even says in the second last episode, when they're fighting and act this plan, he's like, I will be the weakest link of this because I don't know if I can ever, like, say no to him. Right. Like, because that's just the level of that's just how, like, Lestat has, like, wormed his way into his head, like, the level of abuse and how he's manipulated him, like, where he doesn't even think that he can, like, he knows it. He sees that this guy is bad for him, is manipulating him, has beat his ass and dropped him from the sky. Like, you should have left his ass.
He says he's my lover, he's my master, he's my maker, my captor, and my best friend. Like, it's like all of these things.
And he tries to explain away, like, oh, vampire relationships are a little bit different than human relationships. And, like, Daniel's like, no, it's not. Like, you are an abused, and he tells him you're an abused survivor.
He did not like that. He did not like that at all.
And you're making excuses for your abuse. And, like, I just, one of the things, and I get it, because he is a little whiny, but that's one of the things I liked about their dynamic is, like, you can see, like, why Louis is still stuck in this relationship, even though a part of him wants to leave, but, like, he can't leave because, every time he tries, Lestat does something that makes him want to stay, like gives him Claudia, or, pretends to be a better person, even though he's got a side piece on the other side. Like,
gotta keep one on top, man.
Gotta keep one in the chamber at least.
No, see, I think the strongest thing about this show is the characterizations, because the way the whole show evolves, it makes sense. Like, yes, Lestat is all the things you all mentioned in front of company, but once company's gone, Lestat's kind of a dick. Yeah, like the way he talks, the way he's so blunt, the way, like, all that charm that he gives to the world, to the people that are closest to him, he's blunt as hell. And, like, I mean, at one point, he even told Claudia, like, I don't even fucking want you. Like,
I don't like your ass.
Yeah, like, I don't like you. Like, and this is before she started being applied. We'll get on Claudia in a minute, because she's the true MVP of this. But
I want to talk about her for sure.
I think Louis, the thing what works with Louis is that he knows as a human he has a cap, and he falls for a guy that has his rich, that has his fame. But even in that regard, like, Louis isn't 100% committed to Lestat. I feel like Louis is committed to the power that Lestat can wield, because even when he still froze time, and, like, Louis can see that and go, oh my God, how are you doing? Like, he's always just so fascinated and amazed by him. And then to add the fact that he was the most successful he had ever been with Lestat, because Lestat, being a white man with power, with money, could do that. But you could tell, he does get whiny, because, like you said, he did choose this life, but he didn't know that in choosing this life, he would lose his family. He didn't know in choosing this life that it would not, like, even with this white man beside me and this quote unquote more power, they're still going to look at me like a Negro. Like, I think in his mind when he chose his life, he thought it would shift
even worse.
right. Like it would kind of shift him to another echelon of success. And I mean, it did, but I think all the things he dreamt that he would have, I think he thought he would have all that Lestat had for being that. And I think once he realized it wasn't, was when the whininess came out. And then I think it's also a part of it is that Louis and Jason can tell he's the exceptional Negro. Yep. That exceptional Negro doesn't realize that he's still a Negro until they remind him he's a Negro. And constantly, when he kept trying to climb the ladder, they reminded him that, nah, bro, this
just
is
because we let you play cards doesn't mean you're one of us.
Right. And so I get the whininess, but I also understand that, like, at that point in Louis' life, like, he was the fucking man. Let's be real. They open up with the scene with him just rolling down the street looking like the slickest dress, sharpest dude in the whole thing, and, you know, having to tribe his brother. Like, they gave us this air that he was winning, but he had a ceiling. And I think part of his love and affection for Lestat was that he could break through that ceiling and get more. But I think he never realized what he was going to lose in the process. And in turn, he became a whiny ass bitch. But I think that adds to the abuse that you talked about. He lost his family. Most abusers, the first thing they do is they try to cut you off from your family and all that. So
yeah. There's a lot of layers for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. And then like I said, even like the movie, I'm talking about this, the interview scenes in here are so much more thorough. I love the cat and mouse chess game that him and the interviewer are playing. Like even the fact that Louis has read his book, the fact that they had this interview before and it was on a whole different vibe. Like all of that is just, it's so intriguing. Like the whole show, for everything they gave us, was so intriguing. And I'm like, anybody who hasn't seen it, like, stop listening to us, go watch it and come back.
Go watch it. It's so good. I watch it on YouTube TV. I don't know where anyone else would watch it.
It's on Amazon, or if you can get it through or on AMC. It's like there's a mystery here without actually stating there's a mystery there. And you're slowly learning what the mystery is as you're watching them have this, as he's telling his story. And it's like, dude, you know, Jacob Anderson is I have to applaud his performance in this because like he pretty much like with the exception of Claudia has to carry the show because he's in most of the scenes. And you know, you didn't think Grey Worm was going to be carrying shit.
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Like he must have taken some classes between Game of Thrones and this because he
had to because his accent is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, his accent is spot on. And oh God, what were we just talking about? Oh, the thing about Louis too in the show, which I'm sure you probably just said, so I'm sorry if I'm saying it again, but Louis is, no matter how powerful he gets, people are never afraid of him. Yeah. And like the people in New Orleans,
he lives in the wrong neighborhood.
but the people in New Orleans, he had been living there 30 years and he hadn't aged, so they knew. They might not have known the word vampire, but they knew that he was other, and they knew that he was a murderer. And they're still like the mayor or whatever, the guy with the handlebar mustache is still basically calling him boy, and like not afraid of him at all, and still only has real fear of Lestat. And like the thing is that like the only reason why any of them are still alive is because of Louis, because Louis wanted to own the town. But but even Danny, the interviewer, he still wasn't afraid of Louis. He's still kind of pushing Louis's buttons, kind of being a dick, calling Louis out and saying, "Oh, well, you said this, you know, in the 70s, and now you said this again in the 90s, but now you're saying this again," like to the point where Louis had to remind him that he's a fucking vampire and like, I'll kill you, you know? Like
hands on
also with
Louis at one point.
I think also with that is the fact that I think Daniel wants to die and or become a vampire. I think he's kind of pushing Louis to see.
Well, I don't think he wants to become a vampire. I think he did, but I don't think he wants
but I think he
anymore.
definitely wants to die because like I feel like even like accepting this sort of job, knowing that like, this guy could snap your neck and you could do nothing about it, is like he's already dying. So he's like, yeah, why not? And if this guy kills me, who gives a fuck? Like I'll just make a great story out of it or whatever, or like it'll be a great story.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what he says. It doesn't matter because he's at the end of his life and he never wrote that great story or whatever. And so
And I do love the fact that they make the journalist more of a character in this versus in the movie, because like it is cool. Yeah, it is cool to see him like push back. It's like, that's not what you told me last time, or it's like, or I kind of hated how he was characterizing Claudia, because like it's not Claudia's fault. She's a kid, and they made her a murder kid.
But she's not that young. That was my issue with Claudia.
She's
like
14 in this, or she's turned into a vampire. So yeah, she should know better.
She should know better, and especially because she's 14, made in the
and me both are 14-year-olds. So like,
yes, like
but
my 14-year-old would never act like that. And I feel like a 14-year-old 100 years ago would definitely never act like that.
My 14-year-old would like, I'm just gonna stay inside, and you bring me like a person, and like just put it in a cup.
It shows because that's the big difference between the Kirsten Dunst Claudia and the new Claudia, was because Kirsten
Bailey
Claudia
Bass
always unhinged, always just crazy, because she's just a crazy kid, and that's why kids aren't supposed to become vampires. And then Bailey, you said Bailey, yeah. So then Bailey's Claudia, like sometimes she's completely regular and she's completely like makes sense and everything, and then she's just like fucking massacring the whole damn town, and bodies washing up down the street, and then like, let's kill Lestat and I hate you. It was too much. She either needed to be a little bit older for it to be that all over the place, or maybe a little bit younger. Like, but that age, I'm not okay with that age.
I'm gonna jump on a ledge here because I'm not a woman and I was never a teenage girl. But from what I've been told, what I've seen,
what you gonna deal with
a teenage girl, and I think also, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lisa, because this is your realm, not mine. From what I've been told from numerous women, you all live almost in a constant state of like, not fear, but fear of the unknown, because you're a woman in this world doesn't do kind to you. So to imagine if you were a woman and you realize that you're bigger, stronger, faster than everybody around you, that with that power not become intoxicating, and with being a 14-year-old hormonal, like,
well, the hormones would go away. That's the thing, is that they wouldn't have the fluctuations, because that part of your body is dead. I understand. That's what I think they were trying to do, but that's why I think it doesn't work.
I think Lestat actually says that like she's like stuck like as a 14-year-old girl,
right?
And like all the things that come with being a 14-year-old girl. And I feel like for me, like she gets more and more mature as the story progresses, up to the point where she's like outthinks Lestat and is like, no, we got to kill this guy because we're never going to get away from him. And like she's like, yeah, I hated the both of you guys because like you turned me into a vampire murder machine. And none of y'all told me why until like right now.
But then again, like all these sad vampires, like go.
Yeah, that's why vampires suck.
Like, I don't get that. I think that's probably why I stopped being team vampire, because I just was so tired of hearing like eternity, blah 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 blah.
God, like, I've been here for 5 years.
Then just pick.
No one likes me.
Pick how long you want to live. I want to live to be 120, 150, and then I'm just gonna go see the sunset.
I'm gonna go to the beach.
Call it a fucking day and shut up. Like, you were given this gift.
Give it a good
like,
40,
if you
50
don't
years,
want it,
have fun.
Go watch the sunset. Like, go watch the sunrise. Like, I don't know.
So have some fun, hang out, do what you want, do the monster thing.
I think the broodiness of the vampire is the trope, because if you don't make them broody, then their life is fucking awesome. Like,
that's why I love Lestat.
But even Lestat deals with hidden trauma especially that's one thing in the series. Lestat's trauma is on full display, where he's trying to keep it back in every single occasion. From even like the way he treats Louis, that is definitely from him losing his master the way he did and progressing through. Like, I can't wait till season 2 probably expands on certain things, but yeah, Lestat has tons of trauma, and the way he covers up his trauma is by being a vagrant delinquent that tries all his energy to have fun. Like, and then the other part of his trauma is like why he tries to break everybody else down around him that cares about him. So I do think again,
because he doesn't want to be vampires, obviously.
Definitely.
Yes, he doesn't want to be abandoned.
Yeah. And I hope that they do flashbacks for him, because I would love to see kind of what he was like.
I want them to in the story right here and say that Claudia lives forever. And
no, fuck Claudia. She needs to die.
Fuck
she already
I love Claudia.
I will cry if Claudia dies.
It's time to die. If she makes it to season 3, I'm gonna be so pissed.
She is a treasure. We need to protect Claudia with all our heart and soul.
Also, like Claudia's story and her journey on here is probably the most compelling without it being in the forefront. Like, I mean, she can just do a spinoff of just her adventures of when she was out in the streets.
She has her own book. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. But I do love the fact that they don't give us trauma porn either. Like, he rips the pages out and they talk about it. I'm like, thank God, because like I was fully expecting them to lean into that.
And like,
and even we can infer.
And even Louis is like, why do we need to talk about this? Like, and like, you're just going to sensationalize it. We don't need to even worry about it. Let's just keep moving. Like, you know, she learned from it, and now it's a different day.
Do you guys think that vampire? I can't remember what his name is.
Let's call him Kyle.
Sure. Yeah. Do you think Kyle was from like the main vampire base over in Europe, and he came?
I think like, Kyle.
Who do you think his maker is?
I think Kyle's mostly told. It's probably Armand. Honestly.
That's what I'm wondering.
Because he just kind of was made there, and the guy was like, "Bye, have fun."
Yeah,
you're a vampire now. Figure it out.
But also, Armand made Lestat, and Lestat's telling us that Armand died. So, and now we know Armand's not dead.
Yeah.
So,
well, he told us that Magnus made Lestat in the show.
Right. But, but we know that Armand is his maker. Not Magnus.
I don't know that. I didn't read the book, so I don't know any of this. But
my bad, y'all.
Only vampire books I read was the Suki Stackhouse series, and there was definitely no Armand in that.
I don't think I've ever read a vampire book. So
yeah. For real, they're fun.
Oh well, we got to find a black vampire for next go around.
Well, definitely not.
Blade.
Yeah, we're gonna win all the Blades.
Was Blade originally black, or was that Wesley Snipes?
No, I think Blade was originally black.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But he was also originally British too.
Yeah.
So Wesley Snipes made him American.
Okay.
So
and
I mean, I got no problem reading comic books. Y'all just
and save the Marvel universe.
Shout out to Wesley Snipes. Yeah, if it wasn't for Wesley Snipes, there would be no Marvel, no MCU.
Yay!
He's not dead.
I'm gonna say, what are you doing to Wesley? What are you trying to do, Jason?
He's not dead.
He's trying to kill a national tax evading legend.
I have some notes. Because I took notes this week. So the conversation when they're both in their own coffins and they're arguing. This is Louis and Lestat, and they're arguing over I can't remember what. They both close their coffins, and then Lestat opens up his coffin.
I can't sleep angry.
I don't want to go to bed angry. And I was like, this show's amazing. Also, did you eat the baby? Like, that's like how they like, did you eat the baby? Like, why did you eat the baby? Like, I would have been kind of fine if they never answered that question, honestly.
It's his nephew, though. Like, come on, man.
I still would have been fine with it.
I know, but I still think it would have been kind of.
There ain't no black person going to eat their nephew unless they're a drug kingpin and they got
you. Louis' family is the worst, specifically his mom.
Raydon Chung?
Because she was immediately blaming him for the death of his brother, and I understand that she was hurting, but I don't get down with shit like that. And she's literally like, "You killed your brother," blah blah. Like, clearly, your brother has some issues.
In her defense, it's 1910.
I do not care, Jason. I'm a mother. I do not care. F that woman. And then she's like, "Oh, you got the devil. The devil's in your eyes." Blah,
I've seen Black Mama.
I mean, for less. If my eyes look like this and it turned into cat eyes tomorrow, my mom would probably think I had the devil in me too.
Yeah, my mom would exactly be like, "What happened to my baby?"
But again, like, obviously he's other. He's other. Why are people not a little afraid of him? Like, he should just kill his mama.
You're never going to be afraid of
my son in the morning anymore. I always see my son at night now with different.
His sister.
The real MVP is the the husband of the sister, because after I saw dude kicking that door, I'd have been like, man, you got it, homeboy. Like, you want to come on in? Come
it's
on
your
in.
house.
He
it already was your house.
Like, I don't even know why I'm here. Who?
Right. Even Louis was like, you saw what I did to that door, right? And he like, well, I'm like, nah. I'd have been like, yeah, you're right, man. These bitches tripping. What you need, Louis?
Yeah, I don't even like them, man. Only reason I married because I thought I was getting some of your money. That's it.
Yeah.
You need another dude? Like, I don't know. You got dudes over there? I can go over there too if you want.
But they also used Louis. They let him be the bad guy, and then they were mad at him about it. And I don't like. They benefited off of everything he sacrifices, and then they treated him wrongly for it. They were, like. That shit makes me so mad. That's not right.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're fine. And his sister, like, they already know he's other. The mama's already said, like, you got the devil in you. They know that they're not seeing him at night, and he's like living with his best friend, all this stuff. And Louis is literally like, you need to take the baby. And she's like, oh, I gotta go check on the other kids. And he's like, take this baby.
Take this tasty
please.
Baby.
Like, and she's just like, you're fine. I trust. Like, just listen to him. Like, and then she's mad because he dropped the baby on the ground. Like, I can't.
And you wonder why his mom doesn't like him anymore.
Fuck his family. I hate them all.
They were fine with him doing the horror and stuff like that. It's when he becomes a literal murderer. He's like, something's off about you. Are you a murderer?
Was always mean to him. A little cross.
Nah, she was.
She was actually nice to him at the beginning.
Yeah.
He was telling her brother to hush up.
Yeah, she was all like,
the poor brother.
He's out there making a mockery of our names. Like, y'all, we would be broke if it weren't for me. And she was like, yeah, shut your mouth up. We live here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I get, like, yeah, he doesn't need to be blamed for his brother's death because his brother was obviously had mental difficulties. But even then, I think Louis kind of blamed himself for his death because he thought that Lasat killed him for a long time.
I know that scene was heartbreaking. Whenever he was just like,
and honestly, I didn't believe his ass when he was like, "Nope,
I don't either." I was like, "I'm with Claudia. That motherfucker lying, bro.
Lying.
No.
You think he's lying for real?
I think
hell yeah,
because Lestat at the end of the day is a controller. He's a narcissist, and he wants to control people. And he knew that there was no one else on this earth that Louis loved besides his brother.
I'm gonna have to rewatch because I believed him, but yeah, maybe I'm a little.
Joker lied about giving an old girl. He lied about that. Like, he lied about all this stuff.
Yeah,
and that was like
he lied about Magnus. He was straight lying the whole time.
I think it was just like something about the way he delivered the line. He was like, "No, I would never." Like, it just seemed.
That's the part that made me believe that he did, because he's like, "I would never." And like, bitch, we saw you kill like 15 people just yesterday for fun. Like, you would totally kill his brother just because you thought it was a good idea. Like,
I'll rewatch it. I see what you guys are saying, and now I'm thinking that Lestat maybe got one over on me. That mofo.
He got one over on me too.
That enchanting eyes and voice. And
he got me.
I wanted
to got me.
Too. Yeah,
we over here, the man's freaking tie and stuff going over here, snitching on people. Oh, she got arsenic.
I remember the one rule that most black men should remember: believe the black woman. When she was like, "No, that joke a lie," I'm like, "Well, if Claudia said it, shit, it must be true.
Gotta be true.
It must be lying.
That's the only proof I need."
They save us every time anyway. So, I mean, pretty much Claudia is Louis' Harriet Tubman. Like, she came back for him and was like,
"Get on the train with me. Let's go." Okay, well, hey, I'm gonna do this. You just sit there. I'll handle it. Don't even worry about it. I know you want to kill him too. Don't worry about it. I got it though. I got you. Just like the rest of America, black woman saving a black man's ass.
Yeah. Also, can we talk about just the beautiful setup of like them playing the chess game and him continuously winning and her continuously using the same tired old strategy. And then remember the last game they play, they don't finish. She gets up and bounces.
Yeah, he's like
it. Right. And my mind's like, oh, she figured it out. She figured out how to beat him now. And now it plays into when they run the plan. And I thought that was just beautiful setup.
I love
nice setup and knockdown.
that. Yes, I love that. It's so. I love it when like filmmakers or TV show, directors, they let you figure stuff out. So they don't like overtly tell you like
it's not like
it's not like a flashback to
you remember when I beat you in chess? I beat you now too.
So it's just like a fun little thing that just like you're like, oh yeah, just like it's fun when they trust.
Remember last episode? I remember last episode, right? Yeah, let's flashback. Come on.
I love stuff like that. I love when I think that's a good sign that they trust their audience.
Yeah, where they assume that you're smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's awesome. And that's the awesome part about the show. Did not see, and this is going to be a huge spoiler for everybody who has not watched the show yet. So leave a like.
Yeah, if you don't want to watch it.
This. But I was totally just flabbergasted that Rashad was Armand. I was like, what?
I know.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where I was just like, is he a vampire? But then, I was like, but he's feeding off of him, but they're like really flipping close and like
he seen him during the day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah. It doesn't matter no more. I'm like, it don't matter. What are we doing?
Yeah. That was
he loved that big deep energy of Louis. He was like, I've seen this cave, this mansion with you, Louis.
It gets bigger when he becomes a vampire. It's crazy how he fucker is.
and he and it literally ends with, this is Armand, the love of my life. It's like, God, Louis, how many loves of your life are you gonna have?
He's a teenage girl all over again. Let him have this, all right?
Well, he's technically this is on his second life, so that would be,
Well, if Ahmad / Rashid is treating him well, obviously he treats him like a freaking king.
Well, and he's very very protective of him.
Yeah, and very attentive to his needs and everything, and like basically worships him as a god, even though he's like the same dude.
It's like remember in True Blood how that everyone couldn't figure out why everyone was obsessed with Sookie, and she's like Faye. Like
yeah.
It's the same thing.
So maybe Louis Faye. That's why everyone just wants a piece of him.
He is Faye, so.
Oh man, I love it.
Don't cancel me. It's
cancel him. Don't cancel me. No, yeah.
He'll be canceled today.
Lord. Jason, God, if we ever go viral, they're gonna pull this. You apologize right now.
I'm sorry for anybody. I'm sorry. I am 100% sorry for any offense that I've caused. I probably will do this next week.
20 years when we're rich and famous.
It's just jokes, guys. It's just
yeah. Why can't you just take a joke? It's just a joke.
Oh God,
I'm joking about that. By the
way.
Well, ratings.
Let's go to here. If you don't know, now you know. If you like something, it's head. If you don't like it, it's a circus. And in between, it's a canon. Performances, guys. Lisa.
Head. Everyone's so great. They did such a great job with. I don't even think there was a single person who was like, "Oh my God, they're so terrible." I loved everyone.
Jason.
Head, man, sucking on all the veins on the
head. Because veins, vampires, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a head solely based on the performance of one John Bender DiMaggio.
Is that handlebar mustache?
That's the handlebar mustache. He gets eviscerated. Man, who knew Bender was such a racist? That's great.
I would need. Yeah, of course he is.
Of course he is.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched Futurama.
Yeah. All right, story. Lisa, what would you give this?
Oh, it's head. It's so great. I love it. I don't care if it's closer to the book. Like it's very close to the book, and I wouldn't care if it wasn't, because it is so good.
Jason?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This is it, man. Great story. Kept me intrigued. Made me want to just grow through all 10 episodes very, very quickly. I had to stop just because I had life, but yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I was captivated from the moment one, and this is not I don't like vampires. I think vampires suck. But I'm in here and I'm with it. I'm like, yeah, vampires. Give us a head. All right. How sexy is Jacob Anderson and or Sam Reed?
Can you tell? Is that Louis and Lestat?
That's Louis and Lestat, obviously. Yes.
There you
go. Head. We need a lot more scenes of them.
Jason.
I'm going to say circus because I'm not with that fairy stuff.
See, he said it too.
I mean, Faye. I meant Faye.
We're definitely getting canceled.
I do not associate with this show.
I'm gonna give it head because I think Grey Worm is just top notch in this. He is awesome, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's a spectrum, Jason.
It's a spectrum.
It's okay. It's all okay.
All right, and let's give our final score from 1 to 5. 1 being straight garbage, and 5 being not garbage, but the opposite of garbage, like treasure, I guess. And these numbers do not correlate with anything else that we've ever given the number to. Thank you, Ron, for pointing that out. Lisa, what would you rate this?
5. It's a 5.
All right, Jason.
Yeah, I'm right along with it, man. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. It's some of the best TV I've seen in a while.
I'm going to agree. This is up there with Andor with me. Haha. That's 5 out of 5.
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks.
Interesting face.
That's my applause face. I don't know what you.
Thanks for indulging me this week, guys. I appreciate it.
Of course. Everybody, please don't forget to get your book of the month, the 5th season. N.K. Jemisin. I'm sorry. I don't know how to read or pronounce people's names.
Jim, hold it up. Let me see. Jemisin.
That's what I said. That's not what I said. We're doing this next week, y'all. So get it now so you can get it done. Because that's next week coming up.
And the cleaner.
And the cleaner.
Yeah.
Because I really want to call Sam Jackson a whole bitch. Come on, sweetie.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to get him on the show, and you can tell him.
There you go. Email Sam.
Yeah.
He lives in Atlanta, so he might be like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I know.
So, Sam, Mr. Jackson, love your work. But in this movie, use a whole... No, I can't do that to his face.
I'm just going to be like, a Sith Lord? That's what I'm going to say.
Honestly, I would be starting. If Sam Jackson were on this show right now, I'd just be like...
I got you guys. I don't get starstruck.
I'm like, really? The Sam Jackson? Samuel Ladarion Jackson? I don't even know what the L stands for.
No, I don't think that's
Ladarion.
I don't even know what the L stands for.
Like Nick Fury himself.
My kid would shit a brick, like literally a whole brick. You're like, oh my God, Nick Fury. Either way. It's the end of the show, everybody. Lisa, do you have any closing words for our guests?
Yeah, if you're O negative, please go donate blood because they're running low. If you're O positive, donate platelets or plasma because they need that. Don't be a dick. And yeah, that's all.
That's what the vampires want you to believe. They go donate blood. That's really what they do.
I know. Yeah, that's how they get you. They like that O negative blood. See,
yeah,
I knew.
Tasty O negative.
I know.
Jason, any closing words for our guests?
No, I don't. As you don't know, I have nothing. I just thank everybody for watching, enjoying the show. Keep commenting. Lisa keeps commenting back too, so you will get answers from us if you do comment. So I really do appreciate everybody, and just we'll keep doing our thing if you keep letting us do it.
Yeah, if I don't comment back to you, it's because I didn't understand your comment. Just so you guys know, I did not understand that reference. Is what's happening. So I apologize if you did this whole thing. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, I guess we got to do a comment show soon because we've had a lot of comments over the week.
If you don't understand the comment, maybe text to one of us and maybe me our superior male.
I could. Comment everywhere. Also, I think that we've had a couple of subscribers go up. Don't forget, we're trying to get 3,000 more subscribers. Mm-hmm. So the guys will go to hot yoga with me, and if we get to 5,000, then Jason has to agree with me the entire show, no matter what I say. If we get to 10 or 15,000, then we get to have a whole show about
Taylor Swift. And if we get to 50,000, I'll let you guys do my Bumble.
Okay. 50,000. We get to mess with Jason's dating profile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, one review I had to pull up because it was just so enjoyable for me. So, user something review The Witcher. He watched our review The Witcher, and he goes, "The Witcher Blood Origin is cringe and cheap. It is offensive that Netflix presented this to viewers. Do they really think viewers are so ignorant to be fooled by titles like Witcher and Kavanaugh? After this disaster, I can't stand anything Witcher." So that's like, oh yeah, great. But then he replies to himself and goes, "Well, I do enjoy you guys' YouTube reviews. Feels like emotional support." So yes, that's what we're here to give you.
Hey,
yes.
We are not actual therapists. If
Nice.
you do need actual therapy, there's actual real resources out there for you, but I don't have them right now. But
obviously, he must hate women like me and Jason hate women, and that's why
Clearly,
he felt the way he
that's
felt.
all I
misogyny.
That's all I hear.
Thanks everybody for joining us this week. Please always remember to be kind, be considerate, and tip your servers and bartenders at least 20%, if not more, if you can afford it. And also, if you see Jaren out there in them streets, he's feeling down. He's got the vid. Like stay away from him. He's got the vid. So yeah, burn him alive or something like that. I don't know.
Sarah, you can when we do the Taylor Swift show, you can be a guest on the show, and
you can
she can be a guest anytime she wants. Come on in.
Yeah.
Also,
join us.
If you guys have ideas, email us, and our website's live, Jason. Or
it's going to be live as soon as I get the security updated on it.
Okay.
So today or tomorrow sometime.
And y'all email us if you want us to watch anything. Interview with the Vampire TV show came from my cousin. She wanted me to watch it, and so
we do have emails. Our names, Jason_Baker at headcannoncircus.com. That's my email for this place. We also have the Circus at headcannoncircus.com, which will email all of us. So do that.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you for supporting us constantly.
Yeah. So good night, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Because they're vampires. Like, of course. Everybody, please don't forget to get your book of the month, the 5th season, N.K. Jemisin. I'm sorry. I don't know how to read or pronounce people's names.
Jim, hold it up. Let me see. Jemison.
That's what I said. That's not what I said. We're doing this next week, y'all. So get it now so you can get it done, because that's next week coming up.
And the cleaner.
And the cleaner.
Yeah.
Because I really want to call Sam Jackson a whole bitch. Come on, sweetie.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get him on the show, and you can tell him.
There you go. Email Sam.
He lives in Atlanta, so he might be like, "I'm there."
Yeah.
I know.
So, Sam, Mr. Jackson, love your work, but in this movie, use a whole. No, I can't do that to his face.
I'm just gonna be like a Sith Lord. That's what I'm gonna say.
Honestly, I'm gonna be starved. If Sam Jackson were on this show right now, I'd just be like.
I got you guys. I don't get starstruck.
They're like, really? The Sam Jackson? Samuel Ladarion Jackson? I don't even know what the L stands for.
No, I don't think that's
Ladarion.
I don't even know what the L stands for.
Like Nick Fury himself.
My kid would shit a brick, like literally a whole brick. You're like, oh my God, Nick Fury. Either way. It's the end of the show, everybody. Lisa, do you have any closing words for our guests?
Yeah, if you're O negative, please go donate blood because they're running low. If you're O positive, donate platelets or plasma because they need that. Don't be a dick. And yeah, that's all.
That's what the vampires want you to believe. They go donate blood. That's really what they're doing.
I know. Yeah, that's how they get you. They like that O negative blood. See,
yeah,
I knew.
Tasty O negative.
I know.
Jason, any closing words for our guests?
No, I don't. As you don't know, I have nothing. I just thank everybody for watching, enjoying the show. Keep commenting. Lisa keeps commenting back too, so you will get answers from us if you do comment. So I really do appreciate everybody, and just we'll keep doing our thing if you keep letting us do it.
Yeah, if I don't comment back to you, it's because I didn't understand your comment. Just so you guys know, I did not understand that reference. Is what's happening. So I apologize if you did this whole thing. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, I guess we got to do a comment show soon because we've had a lot of comments over the week.
If you don't understand the comment, maybe text to one of us and maybe meet our superior male.
I could. Comment everywhere. Also, I think that we've had a couple of subscribers go up. Don't forget, we're trying to get 3,000 more subscribers. Mm-hmm. So the guys will go to hot yoga with me, and if we get to 5,000, then Jason has to agree with me the entire show, no matter what I say. If we get to 10 or 15,000, then we get to have a whole show about
Taylor Swift. And if we get to 50,000, I'll let you guys do my Bumble.
Okay. 50,000, we get to mess with Jason's dating profile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, one review I had to pull up because it was just so enjoyable for me. So, user something review The Witcher. He watched our review The Witcher, and he goes, "The Witcher Blood Origin is cringe and cheap. It is offensive that Netflix presented this to viewers. Do they really think viewers are so ignorant to be fooled by titles like Witcher and Kavanaugh? After this disaster, I can't stand anything Witcher." So that's like, oh yeah, great. But then he replies to himself and goes, "Well, I do enjoy you guys' YouTube reviews. Feels like emotional support." So yes, that's what we're here to give you.
Hey, yes. We are not actual therapists. If you do need actual therapy, there's actual real resources out there for you, but I don't have them right now. But
obviously, he must hate women like me and Jason hate women, and that's why he felt the way he
felt.
That's all
I
misogyny.
That's all I
hear. Thanks everybody for joining us this week. Please always remember to be kind, be considerate, and tip your servers and bartenders at least 20%, if not more, if you can afford it. And also, if you see Jaren out there in them streets, he's feeling down. He's got the vid. Stay away from him. He's got the vid. So yeah, burn him alive or something like that. I don't know.
Sarah, you can, when we do the Taylor Swift show, you can be a guest on the show, and
you can
she can be a guest anytime she wants. Come on in.
Yeah.
Also,
join us.
If you guys have ideas, email us, and our website's live, Jason, or
it's going to be live as soon as I get the security updated on it.
Okay.
So today or tomorrow sometime.
And y'all email us if you want us to watch anything. Interview with the Vampire TV show came from my cousin. She wanted me to watch it, and so
we do have emails. Our names, Jason_Baker at headcannoncircus.com. That's my email for this place. We also have the Circus at headcannoncircus.com, which will email all of us. So do that.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you for supporting us constantly.
Yeah. So good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Is that what they do?
Yeah.
Because they're vampires. Like,